Hello everybody and welcome back to another 539 Productions exploration. Today we are at an abandoned farm equipment graveyard that I discovered a while ago. So we're going to go and check it out. This is the first video that I'm filming here in 4K, so we're going to see what happens. Looks like some kind of old tank of some sort. Maybe an old fuel tank of some sort. Looks like an old flatbed. Maybe a trailer of some sort. Looks like we have some old wood from possibly a barn or something that got torn down. Maybe it was being constructed and never got fully finished. There's another tank over here. Looks like another trailer of some sort. There's an old oil can. Kind of a neat old place. I would have liked to see more bigger equipment. Old tank, it looks like some old plastic tubing of some sort, probably for irrigation. Some more, looks like a piece of an old tractor right here. Cool. An old forklift. It looks really tiny, almost like a kid's toy. Ground is very hard to walk on. Not the craziest of locations, but definitely a fun find on the side of the road. These are always a lot of fun to check out, especially when you get some of the old tractors. Now here we have some bigger equipment coming up. As you can see, once again, I found a place right next to a cemetery, like usual. It does appear that this does have some older graves in the back here. Makes me wonder what's maybe been covered up by this brush. As you can see, these graves here kind of curve off into where this brush area would have been, and then there's this toppled stone right here. So there may be some graves covered up underneath as well. These are very old. As you can see, most of these are so worn that you can't even see most of the writing anymore. This is barely visible. I see an 1869, 1883. It's a whole 100 years before I was born. This looks interesting over here by the tree. I want to guess that tree was planted after the burial. So it looks like there's actually a double stone here, which is really strange. Perhaps the tree grew big enough that they actually had to move the gravestone. The grave may be somewhere here in front of the tree. There's another one though, that's very strange. Could also be replacement stones. I'm seeing a few areas in here that has similar practices. And this guy over here is angry about something. He is revving his engine really high. It's a cool design. Looks like it was made for possibly a husband and wife. Again, the stones are so worn down though, it's almost impossible on this one to tell. And a smaller one over here. one's a neat one here. This would have been a heck of a time to live, if you can imagine. 1828 to 1929. 101 years old. She would have lived through the Civil War, the invention of the car, so many crazy things that would have changed her world. You can imagine going from a horse and buggy nation at war with itself to this technologically advanced society. It must have been absolutely astounding. Let's go check out the other side of this building here. Doesn't look like there's much around here. There is another tractor here. 91. Not sure exactly what that means. Some kind of rack system here. That is about it. Definitely some cool old farm parts. Looks like maybe from the 50s, 60s. And this weird old rock with chains around it. Probably a old-fashioned security system of some sort. Almost looks like an old chair from a bass fishing boat. You know, when I looked at this cemetery on the maps, it didn't actually appear like I'd find any old graves like this. And I've been really impressed so far. This has been some of the oldest graves I've actually found yet. Even beating the cemetery that was specifically built for Civil War veterans. I don't know if anybody else out there that has done some graveyard work would know about these, but this is a really interesting type of stone that like I said, I've only seen one other time. And the other time it was actually toppled over on its side. Definitely a pleasant surprise. I was really only expecting to come here and look at the abandoned farm equipment. Figured it would be a fun little test for the 4K, but it ended up turning out to be a little bit more fun than that. Some really interesting old graves. one of the cooler things about exploring. Whenever you get out in the field, you find that your eyes are all of a sudden open. You start noticing abandoned locations a lot more than you ever did. Every abandoned house on the side of the road you spot now. But thanks again for watching, everybody. If you do like the video, give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be having a lot more big locations, as I've been saying. A lot of factories coming up, a few other big plans that are still in the works that I can't tell you about yet, but definitely some stuff to check back for. We're going to have a lot of excitement, a lot of fun in the future. So thanks for watching, guys. 539 Productions. Have a good one.